Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it now. Say it, say it, say it, say it, say it, say it, say it now.
Did you see me there? I was camouflaged against the lametta.
I mean, I didn't even notice you.
Yeah, I'm so quiet.
I thought I was here on my own.
I'm so quiet and small.
Very quiet.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, babe. How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Shall we welcome our thousands of audience?
Welcome.
Welcome.
Please.
Welcome.
To our humble abode.
Welcome. Yes, this is my house. Here it is. This is where I live. I live in this curtain. I am of the curtain. But no, we should
You're really going to keep that one going, aren't you? It's great. No, it's lovely. Good.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm of the curtain. Welcome to a Queer Cabaret by Studio 3 Arts. Woo! I'm imagining you all at home clapping and hollering
Sorry,
and
you
all
can
of
sit
that
down
stuff.
now. You can sit down. Don't
Stop
stand
crying.
there
Stop
a minute.
crying. We haven't started. God. Please introduce yourself properly.
Hello everyone, I'm Matty May. I'm an artist based in Barking and I'm really excited about this. We're doing queer things in Barking and Dagenham. It's going to be brilliant. Over the next 4 nights we've got loads of really exciting acts for you and you get to sit at home, do nothing and just have a little watch.
This is it. Hello everybody, my name's Liza and I'm an artist and I'm not from Barking but I live in Barking. I feel connected to Barking and we both work together for an organisation called Studio 3 Arts and we've, over the last 6 months or so, we've been cooking up a new project for the queer community in Barking and Dagenham called Be and Do. See what we did there? Be and D, Be and Do. Yeah? Well,
Missed your calling in marketing, to be fair.
I mean, everyone at Studio 3 knows I did not miss my call in marketing.
Right, so what we want you to do is, obviously you're going to be watching online. Well, you are doing that now because you're watching it now and they're doing it.
They're doing
here.
it. See,
They're
they
here.
knew, they knew.
So, get involved. So if you like what you see, please share it. We want as many people to see it as possible.
Yeah.
And comment and use the hashtag #BeAndDoS3A. Just get involved. Have a good time and we hope you love it.
We really hope you love it. This is the first time we've done anything like this in Barking and Dagenham. It's a big, exciting, lovely, squishy, gorgeous experiment. So get amongst it. Get on your feet if the mood takes you. Have a little drink if that's your kind of thing. And just please join us as we bring to Barking and Dagenham a queer cabaret.
In this poem, I am not colonized. This smile is not as sweet as molasses. These bones are not for consumption like plantain or plantain. This hair is not cotton. Not easy for the pickings within my white lover's fingertips in this poem. I'm just a masculine energy within a vessel I did not get to choose. I am my mother's son. And in this poem, she agrees I am crop top summers. Hood winters, any honey, lemon, ginger, and garlic cold remedy, the type when I was 10. My mother would stew over in this poem. I am rice and oxtail stew. Wholesome. And the perfect antidote for any bad day. In this poem, there are still bad days. But within them, I am not a commodity. Not queer collateral damage by the hands of government. In this poem, I know my father. Like know him. Know his favorite color, his favorite song. Know how he felt seeing my mother down the aisle for the very first time in this poem. I hear the words, I love you. And my hands loosen the grip of the noose around my neck. Meaning, in this poem, on days when I feel that God is letting me slip through his fingertips, it is not because I'm slipping in a pool of my own blood, but more so, floating in a bed of my mother's tears, meaning that in this poem, my mother's love is my savior, not the reason for my demise. That poem was called A Decolonization of a Queer Carcass. The next piece I'll be sharing is called Therapy. T. Time wasted. H. Hatred for this body. E. Empathetic therapist. R. Release from relief, but it just feels like reliving trauma from me. A. It feels as if I'm standing at a baggage claim, not sure which luggage of pain belongs to me. P. Peace of mind. Why? For why do you do what you do and my mouth goes dry from the rum I just took a swig of before I can find an articulate way just to say, I'm just not happy these days. Therapy. A treatment intended to relieve or heal a disorder. Barbershop. A synonym. A place to get your hair cut and talk to older men about your problems, and if you go to a good one, where the uncle's laughter can become the antidepressants you never knew you needed, you can end up leaving healed where I'm from. We don't know about a clinic or a 6 to 12 month waiting time. All we know is a chair and some clippers and a 20-minute to 4-hour waiting time where supermalt laced tongues fight over who in the next World Cup, where I'm from. We don't know about a man sitting opposite us in a chair. We don't know about doctor's notes and coping mechanisms. All we know is a man with a gold tooth in his smile, with the steadiest of hands, with a brush to form waves to wash the pain away, where I'm from. Folks don't believe in a white Jesus. Mothers don't pay a man to tell them what's wrong. Fathers find religion in the bottle. Mothers find home in a pastor, and sons find hope in a barbershop. Think every fresh trim the pot of gold under every rainbow. Think shame being trimmed off along with your high top from being a boy into becoming a man. Therapy. A treatment intended to relieve or heal a disorder. Barbershop. Some would say is a synonym. And if that's the case, then I guess I've been going to therapy my whole life. Thank you. That poem was called Therapy. This next piece is called Body Conversation. If my body could speak, I think it would sound like my mother. Full of disappointment with a pinch of hope, holding on to some faint idea that I might be able to love myself again. If my body could speak, I think it would sound like my brother. Full of resentment and pain, you not have a clue on how to express it, so I think it would yell if my body could speak. I think it would say things only my father could hold in his arsenal. Expecting everything after barely doing anything if my body could speak. I think it would give me the silent treatment. Just like my sister. Because if you haven't got anything nice to say, then you shouldn't say anything at all. Fun fact. When I was 9, every night I would pray for this body to instantaneously combust. To start a fire in my mother's home, making her finally realize I've been burning alive this whole time. But I guess God didn't even think these bones were worthy of being dry wood yesterday. I thought to myself, if I could have a healthy dialogue with this body, I wouldn't even know where to start. But I guess I would mumble an attempt at I'm sorry for binding and bruising these ribs, for not thinking it was worth a glance in the mirror. I'd apologize for every dirty glance I've given it. In the mirror, I would grovel at the shrine which is this vessel, make jewels out of all the tears and slurs I've spewed at it, being a living testimony that a flower can bloom even in a dark room. I would hope and even pray that this body would accept the apology. Grace me with a smile and maybe just say that it loves me still. That poem was called Body Conversation. This next piece is called Amongst the Smog. Isn't the city so pretty? Isn't it something to see? I said, isn't the city so pretty? Isn't it something to see? I'll let the gray consume since there's nothing left to save me. Isn't this city a sight for sore eyes? I mean, a contributing factor for sore throats. I mean, isn't this city a killer? Something of an inferno or maybe a tsunami. Isn't this city built like a vacuum, holding on to all the grey, all the smog? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Britain has attachment issues. Because we can't seem to let go of all that's killing us. And if it won't be the water, then I'm sure it'll be the air. So as I said, isn't this city a sight for sore eyes? A contributing factor for sore throats? I mean, isn't this city a killer? Got all of us and these kids in a chokehold, dancing around the fire which is this country's burning, and don't we all sleep so well? Accustomed to the taste of death dancing in our mouths, yet how can we complain? When all we know is pollution, when all we know is the scent of tomorrow's yesterday, when all we know is how to surrender to the grey. I've had visions that one day oxygen tanks will fall from the sky. This country will call it a gift. I will call it a lifeline. The first taste of salvation. A breath of fresh air. Something I've craved my whole existence. I said, isn't the city so pretty? Isn't it something to see? Isn't the city so pretty? Isn't it something to see? I'll let the grey consume me, since there's nothing left to save me. Thank you.
When I was just a kid, everything I did was to be like him. Under my skin, my father always thought if I was strong and fought, not like some albatross, I'd begin to fit in. Look at me, powerless and holding my breath, trying hard to repress what scared him to death. It was never easy to be his type of man. To breathe freely was not in his plan. And the best part of me is what he wouldn't see. I'm not my father's son. I'm not the image of what he dreamed of. With the strength of a spider and the patience of Job, still couldn't be the one to echo what he'd done and mirror what was not in me. So I jumped in my dreams and I found an escape. Maybe I went to extremes of leather and lace, but the world seemed brighter 6 inches off the ground, and the air seemed lighter. I was profound. not my father's son. I'm not the image of what he dreamed of. With the strength of spider and the patience of Job, still couldn't be the one to echo what he'd done and mirror what was not in me. The endless touring of expectation swirling inside my mind wore me down. I came to a realization, and I finally turned around to see that I could just be me. I'm not my father's son. I'm not the image of what he dreamed of. With the strength of Sparta and the patience of Job, still couldn't be the one to echo what he'd done and mirror what was not in me.
I ain't tryna. Yeah, ain't tryna be cool like you. Wobbling around in your high heel shoes, I'm clumsy. Made friends with the floor. 2 for 1, you know a bitch by 4. And 2 left feet, you know I always drop. First thing a girl did was a bop. And the whole damn cake and the cherry on top. Shook up the bottom, made a good girl pop. You ain't even here to party. Ken in the club tryna pipe a Barbie. I don't wanna go with the flow back then until I touch my toes. I don't wanna roll the boat. Wrist full of rocks and I hope I float. Big up yourself cause you know they don't. I chew cause they hope I took it and I ran for it. I run it and I stand on it. Money on the floor when we dance on it. Shine bright as I put a 10 on it. Say I took it and I ran for it. I run it and I stand on it. Money on the floor when we dance on it. Shine bright as I put a 10 on it. I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass.
Well, what a gorgy first night that was.
Oh, yeah, weren't it banging?
It was lovely.
It was lush, I thought.
Did you have a lovely time?
Did you? Did you have a
you
lovely
did.
time?
You
Oh,
did
you
have a
did.
great
I can
time.
see you all nodding through the
Yeah.
screen. Yes.
Glad
All right.
you enjoyed it.
So, I hope you're going to come back tomorrow night. We've got some absolutely brilliant acts coming to join us in Barking tomorrow in my house. Here, my house. Please, do come back. Get your comments down below underneath the video. Use that hashtag. Get it all over social media. Get this trending. We want to see this as the UK's #1 trending thing when we wake up in the morning.
Very likely. 100% I'm with you. I like the ambition.
Of course.
We hope you come back. Have a nice time. We'll be back tomorrow as well.
We will.
Possibly in the same outfits.
I mean, who can tell?
Not because this was all recorded at once, just because we really like what we're wearing, okay?
Oh, yes.
Right, see you then. Bye.
Night-night.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it now. Say it, say it, say it, say it, say it, say it, say it now.